Have you ever watched an anime because everyone kept comparing it to another series you loved? Well, that's exactly what happened with this series. Ever since it was announced, I've seen so many people compare it to the Apothecary Diaries, and after watching the first episode, I can definitely understand why. The palace setting, the beautiful traditional aesthetics, the court politics, and having a smart female lead all give off a very familiar feeling. But apart from that, the two stories are actually quite different. While the Apothecary Diaries focuses on Mao Mao solving mysteries using her medical knowledge and detective skills.
これ毒です
This anime takes a completely different direction by throwing us straight into a fantasy story where our main character suddenly finds herself trapped in another person's body. So instead of solving poison cases, our heroine is forced to take on the identity of someone everyone hates while trying to survive in a palace that has already decided she's the villain. The story takes place in the kingdom of A, inside the Maiden Court, where young women from 5 powerful clans compete for the chance to become the future empress or one of the 4 imperial consorts. In other words, they're all hoping to win the crown prince's favor and earn a place by his side. Among all the candidates, one person stands out above everyone else, and that is Reirin, also known as the court butterfly. She basically has everything people would expect from someone destined to become the future empress. Well, almost everything, because despite looking perfect on the outside, she has one major weakness. Her body is incredibly fragile. Then we have Keigetsu. People call her the court rat. Unlike Reirin, who is loved and respected, Keigetsu is feared, hated, and looked down upon. And after spending so much time watching Reirin receive the admiration and kindness that she never had, her jealousy continues to grow. Then, during the night of a rare comet, she finally acts on that jealousy and pushes Reirin from the balcony, right in front of everyone. And at that exact moment, she uses forbidden magic to swap their bodies. And just like that, their entire lives are turned upside down. And she can't even tell anyone the truth, because every time she tries, the words get caught in her throat and she physically can't say them. And to make things even worse, Keigetsu tells everyone that Reirin kept a private diary and that it's now gone missing. So if she ever tries to prove who she is by revealing something only the real Reirin would know, people would simply assume she learned it from the missing diary. In short, Reirin is placed in an impossible situation, but even after everything that happens, she refuses to give up. Instead of dwelling on everything she's lost, she realizes that, for the first time in her life, she finally has a healthy body. And you bet she's going to take full advantage of that. So, rather than focusing on everything that's been taken from her, she chooses to appreciate what she's gained and decides to make the most of her new life, even if it isn't really hers. Anyway, she's eventually put through the lion trial. I won't spoil exactly how the trial plays out, but she does survive it. And honestly, that whole scene made me like her character even more.
これも私の罪ですねごめんなさい獅子さん
Now let's talk about the side characters. First, we have the Crown Prince. He'll probably play an important role in the story, but after episode 1, I'm not completely sold on him yet. Maybe that'll change as the series goes on. For now, the character who caught my attention the most was actually Shin-U, the captain of the Eagle Eyes. Now, he doesn't get much screen time, but even from that short appearance, I already like him. Maybe it's because he made a good first impression, or maybe it's just because he's handsome. We also have Kutusetsu, Reirin's head court lady. She's been by Reirin's side for a long time, but because of the body swap, even someone as close to her has no reason to believe the truth. I'm really curious to see how this relationship develops because Tusetsu probably knows Reirin better than anyone. That's why I can't help but wonder if she'll eventually be one of the first people to realize that something isn't right. At the same time, there's also a part of me that wonders if Shin-U has already noticed something is off. Or maybe I'm just overthinking. Still, right now, I have a feeling that Reirin and Shin-U might end up together, while Keigetsu could develop more of a connection with the Crown Prince. Again, these are just my theories after watching one episode. So if you've read the manga, let me know. Am I going in the right direction or am I just making things up in my head? Lastly, we have to talk about the visuals because this anime is gorgeous. It might not have the same level of detail as the Apothecary Diaries, but it still has its own beautiful style. The palace is stunning, the outfits are elegant, and the character designs do a great job of reflecting each person's personality and status. Overall, I think this anime has a really interesting start. It introduced a new world, gave us a unique protagonist, and created a conflict that immediately made me want to watch the next episode. Anyways, let me know where you think the story's going. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening to me. Take care of yourself and goodbye.
I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change.